found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340.
Hey, can you all turn the
WKGN
music down,
Knoxville
please?
and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Live today, ladies and gentlemen, breaking it down scientifically, moving right to left across your device, doing it with the greatest of ease. Checking out the Vol Navy here. Bino Jeff Henderson is in the house. I'm trying to blow his eardrums out. We didn't even do a level check, 1, 2, 1, 2 before we got started. So, Bino, why don't you give me a level check, 1, 2, 1, 2 on the deck here at Calhoun's on the river.
So, Tony, how are you doing today?
I'm roached. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Appreciate that.
That's a good start.
Well, you ask, I answer. Ask and answer, as they say in the trade.
The Navy, Tony, we've got the mini Navy for UAB.
Mini Navy for UAB. We've got a light crowd here so far on Calhoun's on the river. So if you want to get out, you've been wanting to get out and see the show, and maybe you've encountered the crowd situation here, which we've been rather profuse through 3 weeks. Here in week 4, it seems to be a little light out here, but get out of here today. Come celebrate the football weekend with us for the next couple of hours of powers taking you up. Well, we got a lot to talk about today, but the playbook will be by here in a little later on, getting you ready for the huge college football weekend, as we will with the great Mike Huguenin. I was telling Bino last night, so I had a shot in my back yesterday, one of these epidural things finally, and I hope it works, but I'll tell you what, it did work. I was in La La Land last night. I went home, and I did that. If you go back and watch on YouTube, you'll see me laying in our living room, laying on the floor, doing the show. Now, that's some dedication.
Doing winners and losers?
Doing winners and losers, and we went an hour, which that's pretty appropriate. Me laying on the floor is pretty appropriate for the way I've been picking games early in the season. I'm down on the floor.
You got a high floor, though, Tony.
Yeah, sure I do. If it continues, I keep picking games the way I am, Bino, I'm going to be in the fetal position here in about 2 weeks. But at any rate, we are looking forward to another college football weekend. And, Bino, here's why I got 2 questions for you, okay? Two questions as we start today. Live at Calhoun's on the river. Get out here today. Come see us. Come hang out. It is an absolutely glorious, gorgeous, beautiful Friday here. The weather could not be better. The patio here, which is great, is they've got it enclosed and unclosed, and so you can choose either one. It's just wonderful here. You can hear the show perfectly. Come on out and enjoy the program today, and we're fired up, focused, and prepared to see you on a Friday. Bino, is the Georgia game in your rearview mirror, or is it still in your consciousness? That's our first question today. Welcome in, y'all. Good to see everybody.
It is in my rearview mirror, Tony.
All right.
It's in my rearview mirror. And I actually came out of it as hard as it was, as bad of all scars it was. I came out of it with more hope, for this season than I went into it with.
Which leads me to my second question. I got 3 questions for tomorrow, or for the Vols. The second question, Bino, is, and, again, this is Tennessee's team total tomorrow is 5-6, Bino. Are they going over that team total in that football game tomorrow? Because that is one of our power play picks, as heard a little later on Winners and Losers, presented by our friends at Dos Equis /VIP play. What does Bino Jeff Henderson say about that?
I believe they gave up like 48 to Alabama State.
Yes, they did.
You would certainly believe that Tennessee would go above and beyond that. So I don't think that 56 is out of reach by any question. The only thing that would give me a little pause there is how long are we going to play our frontline offensive players?
And that's the point. And then also, do you run your offense with the other guys? I think fans want to see. Look, if I'm going to the game, and people are going to drive from this game from various spots, if I'm going to this game, I want to see you run your offense from pillar to post. Go for it, man. Go for it. I want to see you run that offense. That's why we all believe, at least on the panel, and I kind of sign off on it, that Tennessee's team total, let's see, over 69 is the game, but the team total was 56, and that's why we kind of all think that's going to hit. All right. One other thing, and this is where the rubber meets the road. Do you believe what you saw in Neyland Stadium, and I'm going to ask Hugie this too, is that a playoff team, what we saw in Neyland Stadium? We know Georgia's going to get there. Georgia takes command by way of that win. A road win in the SEC, Georgia would have to choke out loud from here to not get to a playoff when you look at their schedule. Anything's possible this year in the league, but they would have to choke out loud. Are the Volunteers, Bino, a playoff team? That's the other question.
I'm going to hedge a little bit here, Tony. I believe they're a playoff caliber team, but I don't know that I'm ready to say they're a playoff team. I think in order to be a playoff team, they're going to have to go the rest of the way with only one loss. I'm not ready to say we're going to do that because I don't trust us on the defensive side of the football enough to think that we're going to go the rest of this season and only lose one game.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. That defense looks like they could implode at any time if they don't get some people back.
Yeah, and I know I'm arguing against myself here when I say this, but after seeing us be a wide-open offensive team with a defense that struggles some and a vanilla offensive team with a real good defense, I prefer the team that can score points.
Oh, I agree with that. It's another thing to answer.
They're much more enjoyable to watch. I don't know that it means they're going to be a better football team altogether, but I'd rather us be able to score points.
So our 4 questions for the callers today as we go are very simple. Is the Georgia game, the taste of the Georgia game, out of your mouth? The taste of the Georgia game, is it out of your mouth? Second question is, will Tennessee exceed the team total of 56 points tomorrow versus UAB? Third question is, do you think Tennessee, after 3 weeks, do you expect this team to be in the playoffs? Fourth question is, do you prefer this year's version of the Vols over last year's version of the Vols? Because inevitably, that's kind of the question. I mean, you bring it up. And Bino is saying, you know what? Last year's team made the playoffs. But I kind of like this year's team better. And I don't know if this year's team's going to make the playoffs. That's a funny thing to say, really.
It is, and it's probably not a real smart thing to say, but it's the truth. I enjoy this style team better than last year's style team.
Bino, when you have an anchor at quarterback like we had last year, it's hard to watch, man. It's hard to watch.
It is. It certainly is.
Because as a fan, you feel like you're going out there and you're watching your team play with their hands tied behind their back. Not fun. You and I sat here a week ago and said one of the things that really that brings a crowd to life, and little did we know they would do it as much as they did last week, but when you're in the stands and you see the ball go long and you see that thing completed and that thing ends up in the end zone, and they did it 3 times the other day.
Yes, they did.
There is nothing like that. That happened so infrequently over the last 2 quarterbacks, both of whom had a galaxy of stars by their name, and this guy's a 0-star player. This guy is a Joe out there, man, doing it against the pros. And that is fun.
Yeah. The difference is this guy's a quarterback.
Yes, that's right.
He's not a knock the bottles down at the fair guy.
Yeah. And my guy over here said the other day, he said, I knew the kick was going good. This fella right here, Bino, he said the kick was going good. But when they got that 5-yard penalty, he said, I knew it was not happening. One of the young kids that works over at Andrew's Physical Therapy, where I've been going, they've helped me greatly. He told me the other day that he had one of those watches on that tracks his heart rate. He was tacking in the 180s when we tried that field goal.
Not surprised.
I told him, I said, might be time for you to get a hobby, son. Your heart's racing like that. When it's time for a field goal, son, and your heart's tacking around 180, might be time for you to, I told him, I said, I could teach you how to play a little guitar if you want. I mean, all this good work you've done on me, I don't mind working with you a little bit. The truth is, a game like that one, what you don't want to happen is for it to turn into 2 losses. Because we had talked about that before this game. The league this year is so difficult. And what you have in the SEC this year is you have a league that, well, I'm going to bring Hughie and we'll talk about it with him. I don't know, Bino, that we've seen the SEC this good from top to bottom, the more I think about it. And we were talking about it on Winners and Losers. We were talking about it with C and Matt yesterday and Bry. Like, I don't know who's great at the top of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how great Georgia is. But the league, top to bottom, how far would you have to go in the SEC to find a team that wouldn't make the playoffs out of the Big Ten? Because I think they're going to give the Big Ten 4 playoff teams this year. I think that's their aim, is to split these up evenly. And I don't know the answer to that. And the other thing that we did the other day, which I thought was an interesting exercise on the blog over at tclub.team, where we've got like 3,000 words for you today, maybe 4,000, is ranking those quarterbacks. I would encourage anybody to pull their phone out and go, okay, through what I know, and then through 3 weeks, this is where I rank it. We got like the guy at Florida, we got like a 15. We got Arch Manning down there at 13 or 14. And you know what? Those guys belong there. That Lenore Sellers guy, we got him way down there. It is a crazy year in this league, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's I don't believe the league's as good at the top as it's been. But I think it is I just believe it's more competitive to top to bottom than I've ever seen it. I think there's more parity there than I've ever seen in this league.
Look, Nico's out here, the Frosties dog, Nico. Hey, Bino, I told them if you let Nico off that leash, he'll run west on you. Be careful with Nico. He'll run west on you. And probably go to a home that won't feed him, won't care for him, won't keep him up to dates on his shots.
That's all right. Don't worry. You'll get a better dog.
Yeah. And yeah, and you'll go right down to the shelter and find. Well, I don't want to say anything about their dog. Dixon told me last night. He said, "Yeah, I'm late filing because I got on the floor and was playing with my dog for like an hour." And I'm like, "My dog really wanted to play." I said, "Matt, anytime somebody tells me they're playing with their dog, you got my vote, brother. That sounds like a great night."
Oh yeah, we're getting to know each other out here. We got a couple of good-looking dogs out here.
There we go. Take a brief time out. We come back. Mike Huguenin, presented, say it, know it, and write it down by our friends at Goof-On Moving and Storage. I'm going to tell you this last week. Kirby Smart was about to get the moving van sent to his house because that cat settled for 3 field goals last week and got away with it. Kicked a field goal from the 2-yard line. These guys never do that in college or pro football these days. But as it turns out, he just has a knack for managing those games. It's just bizarre. But we'll come back. We'll talk with Hughie about it. I cannot wait to visit with Hughie about this weekend to be, which looks like a C minus weekend on paper. This weekend will deliver. Why? Because it's major college football.
That's right.
Because it's major college football. And these are God ordained. These are beautiful. The fellowship is a beautiful thing. We continue with more live on the deck here. Come and see us at Calhoun's on the River, a tradition unlike any other. More after this.
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
You got a dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Goof-On Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Goof-On Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Goof-On Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Goof-On Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Goof-On.com. That's Goof-On.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Goof-On Moving and Storage.
Why limit great savings to just one weekend? This year, our Labor Day special lasts all month long. It's the September Smart Comfort event from Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month only, enjoy valuable home comfort upgrades at no extra cost when you install a new HVAC system or water heater to prepare your home for the colder months ahead. This September, you can get a free furnace upgrade with qualifying HVAC system installation or free sediment filter with water heater installation. Pipe Wrench is your partner for energy-efficient and cost-effective upgrades that keep your family comfortable and safe year-round. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. No rush, no stress, just smart seasonal savings for HVAC or water heater installations until the end of September. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving, and between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, a tire designed for doers, a tire that's going to last, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
My name's Basilio. We're still licking our bumps here with the greatest of ease. As I welcome you back, Calhoun's on the river where we be. It's unbelievable out here. The weather is incredible. This is your spot before, during, and after tomorrow's game. An opportunity for you to maybe get out here. Well, get out here after the game. Get out here before the game. These early games I kind of enjoy, Bino, but I don't know that our merchants enjoy them, but to the talk show host everywhere, we did about 5 hours after the Georgia game the other night without taking one time out. And the great Mike Huguenin, who's presented by Goof On Moving and Storage, loves his college football. I don't know if he loves it that much. Hey, Hughie, I bring you in. Hughie, a couple years ago, Tennessee came from 20 back against Florida. And I think that was the longest post-game show we had. We were on close to 8 hours that night, Hughie. 8 consecutive hours. You don't think you and I are birds of a feather, do you, Hughie? And we love this stuff?
Yeah, that's a long time after game. When you're on twice as long as the game is actually played, that's sort of unreal. But last week's game was incredibly exciting. As a fan of college football, surprised at the amount of points scored and at the fact that Georgia seemingly rose from the dead offensively. But, yeah, if you had told me before the game that either one of these teams had scored 40-plus, I would have said, then it's a rout. because I didn't think much of either offense going against those defenses. But it turned out to be that both defenses were woefully overmatched.
Well, they really were. And Tennessee's for good reason, right? Because they're all beat up, you know? Whereas Georgia, that had to be – they had to feel like, how in the world did we win this football game, right? I mean, they just – Chris Kirby said on the field afterwards, was one thing I appreciate about him. He's like, look, the wrong team won today, which is a hell of a thing for a head coach to say. But he said, my kids are just tough. He said, but they had their guys prepared. Hughie, in all your born day, right, watching that first quarter, have you ever seen anybody carve Georgia up with all that pretty stuff Tennessee did? There's an All-American safety that got absolutely lost in space, man. They turned him inside out on that third touchdown.
Yeah, Aguilar was perfect in the first quarter, 3 TD passes. And think about this, the idea that Kirby Smart would go for it on fourth down in the first quarter on his half of the field. And it paid off and changed the momentum. But it's obvious that Smart thought his team was in deep trouble. And I guess he said on Wednesday that, I really had no choice, and he didn't. And it sort of, I think, calmed everything down for Georgia by making that fourth down. But Tennessee's offense in the first quarter was perfection. The problem, obviously, they couldn't keep it up. But, again, I was surprised that both defenses were, even with injuries for Tennessee, I still was shocked that they gave it that many points. I did not think Gunnar Stockton could throw the kind of passes he threw, including the one that led to the tie at the end of the game. That was a perfect pass. But, both quarterbacks, I thought, played extremely well. Both secondaries were exploited. I think Tennessee missing some guys hurt. But if you didn't carry one, it was a phenomenal football game.
Mike, we've seen Heupel's offense when it's cooking be able to do that to coaches who basically you'd never seen do it before. In 2022 at LSU, Brian Kelly was going for it from his own side on fourth down, and pretty significant sometimes, just simply because he didn't feel like he could keep up with the offense if he kept punting.
Yeah, and I think that was the case with Smart in the first quarter last week. And I think it was 4th and 3 from his 48. Tennessee had gone up and down the field 3 times. He's thinking, I got to get a spark back, and he did. You got to give Georgia credit, even if you're a Vols fan, begrudgingly, but you got to give him credit for going for it and getting it. Because I think at that point, Smart's thinking, if I don't get it, they're going to score. If I punt, they're going to score. So let's roll the dice here. Let's go for it and see what happens. And it paid off for Georgia. But, yeah, I think Gunnar Stockton answered a bunch of questions. I think Joey Aguilar answered a bunch of questions. And now the questions now are about both teams' defenses. Yes, Tennessee had the injuries, but Georgia really didn't have any injuries, and their secondary just got shredded. And that was sort of eye-opening. All that highly recruited talent, like you said, looked lost for about half the game. Corners not making plays on the ball, safeties going the wrong way, not much of a pass rush. I know Tennessee did not get a moral victory. They should have won. But I think there's a lot of, if I'm a Tennessee fan or coach or even player, I'm feeling confident that we are a really good team. And if we take care of business like we should, we're going to be in the playoff again. And maybe this time we can get a home game.
From an objective viewpoint, Mike, which I can't provide here from Tennessee's standpoint, do you come out of that game more or less impressed with Tennessee and more or less impressed with Georgia?
I am more impressed with both offenses and less impressed with both defenses. Georgia's defense, week 3, they played 2 rummies to open the season, but this is a Kirby Smart defense that has shut down Josh Heupel's offense in the past. And, I don't think Heupel threw in any wrinkles. It was his offense, and Georgia looked like it was not prepared at all defensively. And that is the first quarter, again, it was like Georgia was, you want to make sort of, the idea that, did Georgia watch any game film? Because in the first quarter, it looked like everything Tennessee was doing caught Georgia off guard. And again, for a Georgia defense that is well coached and has a ton of talent, that was startlingly bad football. Tennessee at least has some injury. They can, our corners are hurt. That hurt us.
Yeah, they're beat
Our
up.
defensive tackles are hurt. They ran the ball on us. When we get healthy, we're going to be better. And I think you can walk away saying that. But Georgia's defense, I guess the one saving grace is I don't know if they're going to play an offense like that again, but in the SEC at least. But that was they play Ole Miss. They did not look good defensively, Georgia, and that was my biggest takeaway from the whole game. Not that Georgia won in the manner in which they won. It was the Georgia defense, which so often is the foundation of a 11 or 12 win team, looked ill-prepared. They were out-coached for at least half the game, and their players did not make plays.
This is Mike Huguenin, our Friday date, presented by your friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage. We'll have his Mover of the Week here momentarily. We're live today at Calhoun's. Here's the thing about Gouffon Moving and Storage. They've been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. Since 1887. 138 years to me and you, 5 generations. That's longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era felt combined. And believe me, that felt like 150 years of watching substandard football. And it's longer than the season that Nico is going to have, because those 12 games at UCLA, if he stays out there for all 12 of them, is going to feel like about 150 years. But here's the thing about Gouffon Moving and Storage I want you to know. I'm shouting out Taylor Gouffon because, ladies and germs, boys and girls, children of all ages, he's the 5th generation. The 5 generations, and they're going strong, like the great Mike Huguenin. Hey, Hugie, Bino asked you about, you assess both these teams, right? I want you to think the deep recesses of your mind. Have you ever seen a worse trade in your life than UCLA throwing away a guy that looks like he can play a little bit for a guy that can't play at all? And have you ever seen a story like this Aguilar thing? I mean, he could have walked off the field and probably he's a short field goal away. He played well enough to walk off the field as the Heisman Trophy favorite, man.
Yeah, that is. I think that the difference is if Aguilar's at UCLA, he's having a bad season because that is not a talented team at all. And Nico would be having at least a solid season because there is surrounding talent and it's a well-coached team. UCLA has no talent and is not well-coached. That's why Deshaun Foster got the axe after, 19 games or 17 games. So Tennessee, I think, is probably feeling pretty good about the trade they made. No, Aguilar is going to have a bad game or two because that's the way quarterbacks work. But, he threw a lot of TD passes at Appalachian State. And I don't know if Appalachian State is not what it used to be. So he also threw a lot of picks at Appalachian State, but I think part of that was the teams he was on at App State. That's the reason they got rid of Sean Clark. Those were not well coached teams either. So he fits the offense extremely well. He's got some receivers who can get deep. The running game will be a lot better by the end of the season, and he just fits what Heupel wants from his quarterback. So if I'm Joey Aguilar, I'm thinking, I've been on a very circuitous trek here. Almost gave up football, went to junior college, went to App State, was at UCLA for a couple months, and now I'm in Knoxville. And I'm sure he's thinking this is like nirvana because I'm sure he's having a lot of fun because quarterbacks like to throw touchdown passes and they like to throw deep. So I got to think he's ecstatic with the way things have turned out.
Hughie, the other day we tried to rank the quarterbacks on my blog over at tclub.team, and I had C help me with this, who's a pretty bright guy. And we got like 3 or 4 into it and started just like splitting hairs. And I want you and Bino's thoughts on this. If I said to you, 3 weeks, what we've seen, okay? Not what we thought, but what we've seen. Like before the year, we all would have put the Florida quarterback in the top 5. Before the year, we all would have put Lenore Sellers in the top 5. Before the year, we all would have put Arch Manning, who was supposed to be a first-round pick. If he gets picked in the first round, I'm going in the 3rd round, okay? So all that said, when I say to you, give me just through 3 weeks now in this league, your top 5 quarterbacks in the league, who are they?
I think Mateer is one. Aguilar is one. Marcel Reed is one. The other, Taylor Green's playing really well at Arkansas. Leads the league in TD passes. Playing much better, throwing the ball much better than I thought he could. Another guy who was shocked to me is Bo Perbula, the Missouri quarterback. He was, Penn State basically didn't let him throw the ball. He's completing like 78% of his passes. They've only really played one team, but Nussmeier's been a disappointment. Austin Simmons is hurt and has thrown as many picks as touchdown passes. Jackson Arnold is running the ball well. So, right now Arnold might be one of my top 5 in the league as well. But Mateer, Aguilar, I think I would do Mateer, Aguilar, Reed, not in any order, but Mateer, Aguilar, Reed, Taylor Green, and Jackson Arnold. Ty Simpson's played really well the last 2 weeks. The one opponent, Alabama got whipped. But the SEC quarterbacks, it's not the guys who we thought were going to have good seasons, but some of these guys are extremely productive anyway.
Bino, his Marcel Reed and Joey Football being in the top 5 were like not on my Singo card, man, coming into the year, but it kind of is what it is. Like, it's a great exercise to try and do that because you could take quarterback 10 and put him like 2.
Yeah.
This year, these guys can really like everybody's got somebody that can sort of play.
Yeah. I agree with Mike on Mateer, Aguilar, Green, Reed. I would put Pavia in place of Jackson Arnold.
And here's the thing, Hughie, which we'll get to this weekend. Jackson Arnold, if he's a competitor, has to have circled tomorrow for Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be like...
He's got to be just like, wow,
foaming at the
vibrating.
mouth. Yeah, no question. To show that, I am what people thought I was coming out of high school. I'm a high-level quarterback. Last year wasn't me, it was you. So, the sort of boyfriend-girlfriend thing. So he has a chance to show his mettle, so to speak. Mateer has played well, given the Oklahoma offense a gigantic spark. He's throwing a pick a game, which he has to stop that. But that's an interesting game tomorrow and a phenomenal subplot. But yeah, Arnold has a chance to show. Yeah, the problem with me last year was the offensive coordinator and the offense. Look at me this year. This offense is good for me, and I'm showing how good I am. But Diego Pavia, I can see him. He's 7 touchdown passes. I think he's completing like 76% of his throws, and he just exudes the it factor in a way.
I love him.
He's a guy with a lot of swag, and he doesn't mind telling you that he has a lot of swag. And the idea that this dude's at Vanderbilt is sort of mind-blowing still. Somebody with swag playing Vanderbilt football, Jay Cutler had swag when he was in college, but he was an annoying guy with swag. I don't think anybody really is annoyed by Diego Pavia. I think they're captured by his enthusiasm, whereas with Cutler, from the moment he became the starter at Vandy, I think everybody was like, this guy is such a I can't even say it on the radio because you guys will get fined, and that's way he still is.
Hey, Mike, let's back up to UCLA just a little bit. What do you do if you're UCLA and you've lost your place? I mean, they've got no NIL. This isn't Nebraska where the passion is never going to leave until they get good again. This is a place, they're out there in Tinseltown, and in movie parlance, they're throwing up bomb after bomb after bomb. And how do they recover?
For most of their football existence, they have been comfortable being the second billing to USC in college football. They're in their own town. They're a basketball school, and they make no bones about it. But UCLA is a tremendous school, phenomenal campus, one of the coolest campuses I've ever seen. I don't know where they're going to find the NIL money for football. The recruiting base, everybody talks about USC. Look at its recruiting base. Well, UCLA has got the same one. They've just never fully taken advantage. And, you hear people say, well, coaches will run away from. No, there's enough coaches out there. You just got to find the right one, because every coach has a gigantic ego. Every coach thinks he can win everywhere. The question would be, is UCLA going to find the right guy? And I'm not sure Martin Jarman, the AD, knows the right guy, but there is no reason for UCLA to be this bad in football. I'm not talking about mediocre. I'm not talking about 7-5. They're horrendous. And the idea that a school in Los Angeles with inarguably one of the top 3 recruiting bases in the nation, how can they be this bad? They have a lot to sell. I don't know. They have to hire the right coach, obviously. They got to do better work in the portal. You can be cheaper in the portal and get guys who can get you to a winning record. The question is, are they going to be able to do? Which coach are they going to hire? Can he do that? But yeah, ultimately they have to find a sort of it's LA. They need to find a sugar daddy who's going to give them NIL football money. That's not a problem at USC. It's a big problem at UCLA, and that they have to get that fixed if they want to contend for Big Ten titles. Now they won Pac-12 titles. They've also had some really good coaches down through the years. They need to find their new Terry Donahue.
Oh, that's right. And Deshaun Foster, that's like a clown show. I mean,
he's
for
a nice guy, but he should never have been a head coach.
No.
He
great
should
guy.
have remained as the running backs coach. He is a good running
backs
coach. He was a great running back, but there's a lot of folks, maybe he would be a good head coach in 15 years after he's been a coach for more than 4 years. But he was thrown into the deep end, and not only is the water deep, there's sharks, and there's nobody to save him. And, yeah, it went badly, as a lot of people thought it would. But, they do have some NIL because they're paying Nico, but that's a very obviously poor use of NIL, because you can pay a quarterback as much as you want. If the surrounding talent's garbage, the quarterback ain't going to produce.
Mike, they're going to have to get really lucky because the right guy ain't taking that job.
Right.
No, see, I think there are coaches out there who can succeed there. The question is how much due diligence is UCLA going to do? Now, is it an elite job? No. But, again, I've been around enough coaches over my 40 years in this. There's a lot of coaches out there who look at UCLA and go, I could win in 2 years.
Interesting.
Look at the guy Indiana found.
The question is, do they get the right guy?
Yeah.
Look at Kurt Cignetti.
I'm not talking about winning Big Ten titles. I'm just talking about having a winning record and getting back on the beam and going to bowl games and stuff. But they have to hire the right coach first, and then they got to worry about getting the NIL money.
You know the sad thing about it? I'm watching them last Friday night, and, Nico's and his dad are kind of clowns, and it's going to end up with them being in the stands all by themselves at year's end. And it really wasn't their doing. This was going to happen anyway, because this kid, he hadn't been terrible. He's not very good, but he hadn't been terrible. He's like the best player on their team, which kind of tells you a lot. But the sad thing is, man, when I watch them and I watch our uniforms playing in that really cool stadium, Deshaun Foster played in that Tennessee series back in the 90s when they were closely contested, intersectional, fun football games. They were really good back then.
You know, Tony
They have
Gouffon.
lots to sell. The uniforms are awesome.
Awesome. I love
I
those
do too.
uniforms.
I absolutely do.
Helmet, the gold.
God, I
that
love
royal
them.
blue they use.
I love those
play
uniforms.
In the most iconic football stadium in the country,
Yep.
the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
The campus is phenomenal.
Hey, if Nico keeps playing like this, Hughie, I'm going to go get me a Nico UCLA jersey if they can complete this season.
I believe Gouffon could survive solely on moving that family because they're going to move 2 or 3 more times.
What a great line.
In the 3,000.
What a great line, man. Hughie.
But, they got New Mexico crushed them 35-10. New Mexico, which has, I believe, 68 new players from the portal, Mountain West school with zero tradition, goes into the Rose Bowl and just puts a beat down on UCLA. And you could tell, I actually watched a lot of that, and by the middle of the third quarter, I think the UCLA defense was, okay, this game's over, I quit. It was not a good look for UCLA. The fans, nobody was there. But it's hard to believe a program in that kind of football, that kind of area that produces so much football talent is so bereft of football talent.
You know, let's get to the game. Let's get to the games this weekend. I'm going to ask you to grade the card as Hughie's presented by Gouffon Moving Storage. Listen, all types of items.
Weekend, man. There's games
really
out that are
you are
really
shocking me.
Yeah.
You are an A weekend.
I think are there a lot of brand name games? No. But there's a lot of, I think, high-level games that are going to be there that are I'm going to watch every minute of that.
I love you. You're a total degenerate. You're such a degenerate. I love you. So, give me your 3 best Let's go off the reservation because we could talk about Oklahoma, and we will get to that, the Oklahoma game. But let's go off the reservation here real quick. What are 3 games that we're not thinking are worth watching that will be worth watching tomorrow, Hughie?
Well, I hope Texas Tech, Utah. I mean, the only problem with that is it starts at 10 a.m. local time in Salt Lake City, which is unfair to the players. But Texas Tech thinks it has found the right formula in getting to the Big 12 championship. We're going to spend buku bucks. And yes, we know we're in Lubbock. We know we're not, Lubbock isn't hell, but we're on the way. But what? Money trumps everything. So come play at Texas Tech. We'll give you a ton of money, and we'll play for the Big 12 title.
And we'll play
Utah,
at 10 a.m.
Obviously, an established program, at least for the last 2 decades. This century, Utah's been one of the best programs on the West Coast. Playing at home, they think they have their quarterback. I think that there's still questions about the Texas Tech coaching staff. I don't think there's questions about the Utah coaching staff. But I think this game is fascinating on a lot of levels. And, again, the only unfortunate thing for me, I don't think that you should ask college football players to kick off a game at 10 a.m. local time.
No, it's ridiculous. And imagine the atmosphere there. And, look, I don't know what they're going to do at Utah from the perspective of tailgating. But what do you do, like meet and have green eggs and ham at like 7 o'clock in the morning, Bino? A 10 o'clock football game. What was this, like Unionville High School, like where I grew up? In Pennsylvania, that's what they do. They play the games a Saturday morning. It was like the atmosphere. I mean, what do we do? We're playing a college football game at 10 o'clock local time, Bino.
That's when we used to play Alice Bell over at Bill Meyer Stadium in Pee Wee's.
There you go. I mean, that's what it is. That's what you're doing. It's utterly bizarre. All right, Hughie, game number 2 that nobody's thinking about here, but my friends at Calhoun's on the River need to look at it tomorrow.
No, Illinois, Indiana. Illinois was this season's sort of trendy pick to be last year's Indiana. Brett Bielema's has got a really good team. Luke Altmaier's a really good quarterback. It's a throwback to Bielema's Wisconsin teams in that they were extremely physical. They have an edge rusher named Gabe Jagas who can play for anybody in the country. In Indiana, I think has sort of they haven't played anybody yet, but they're still they've sort of we were 11-2 last year. We're on our way to another big season. They got Fernando Mendoza, the Cal transfer quarterback. That dude can play. Stignetti's offense loves to throw the ball. This is not a you're talking about Big Ten sexiness factor. These teams are a 4, but I think this game is a 9 or a 10. It's this is one of the biggest games in recent Indiana football history. It will be a sellout crowd in Bloomington, Indiana. And if you have not, Illinois is well coached. Indiana is well coached. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of stupid mistakes made. I think Indiana is more the finesse team. Illinois is the power team. But I think you can make a case that the winner of the Illinois-Indiana game becomes a legit playoff contender, like the 11 and 12 seed. I think that's a distinct possibility because I think if the winner of this game, I think, can finish 10-2.
Why can't Curt Cignetti, why can't UCLA find a guy like that? Surely they could find a guy like that.
That's exactly right. I mean, I can remember Curt Cignetti didn't get his first head coaching job until he was 59. Okay, people forget he was on Saban's first staff at Alabama and was the recruiting coordinator. So and this was before NIL and before the transfer portal. So if given what folks knew and know now about Saban and his fanaticism when it comes to recruiting, the idea that he put this guy in charge of recruiting should give you an idea of what Saban thought of Cignetti. I don't think Cignetti wasn't a coordinator or anything like that. I think there was always a concern that he's a little bit maybe he's not cerebral enough to be a coordinator or something. But he is, obviously. He's in his 60s now, but he brought in 17 dudes from James Madison to Indiana last year. And people were like, this is why are you bringing in guys from the Sun Belt? Well, and they went to the playoff. Now, you can argue that maybe they shouldn't belong in the playoff. They were 11-1, but those kind of coaches are out there. And again, when Cignetti's initial news conference at Indiana, someone asked him who what he does, and he goes, "I win. Check me on Google."
I love him.
Dude, you're in Indiana, so tons of swag. You can find a coach like that if you're UCLA, if you do your due diligence. And Bielema has, resurrected his career. And I love Brett Bielema.
So do I.
Brooks, no nonsense. I love the fact that he kicked off Shane Beamer last year in the bowl game because I find Shane Beamer insufferable in a lot of ways.
Well, this is your
Bielema
season.
Sort of cut him off at the knees. Bielema is the kind of guy that, he's your next door neighbor. He's the guy who's blasting the music at 9 o'clock at night. He's the guy who mows his lawn without a shirt on.
You're right.
He's the kind of guy that I want to hang out with, frankly. And I like the fact that Illinois is good again.
If Bielema wasn't coaching at Wisconsin, he'd be on Patrol Live tonight. Which is what I love, and because I love when they're blasting the music on Patrol Live, and that you got that one neighbor next to you. They just got no sense of boundaries. They're just blasting that music at you at all hours.
But what do you mean my music's too loud? Why aren't you
exactly
like me? Well, because it's 11:30, buddy. Come on.
Bielema,
and I like Bielema. I like Cignetti. They're wildly different personalities, but I think that game is fascinating.
Hughie, you're going to take the poll here on the way out, but I want to shout out my friends at Gufon Moving and Storage. You present the great Mike Hugan and secure vaulted storage for you if you're listening to us. Newest offering, if you have a commercial need for storing logistics, they will receive your storage. They will deliver for you and take care of you with all your logistic needs. Reach out to Gufon Moving and Storage, Gufon Moving and Storage. It's Gufon.com online, Gouffon, Gufon.com. All right, Hughie, tomorrow the main event, and then I got 4 quick questions for you. What happens in that Oklahoma game tomorrow? such a fascinating matchup with Auburn.
Yeah, I think that, Jackson Arnold was poor at Oklahoma last year. I got to think that Venables will have a couple things ready to throw at Jackson Arnold, just like he threw at Bryce Underwood when Oklahoma beat Michigan. I think that Arnold is playing better. He fits nicely in Hugh Freeze's offense, but I think Oklahoma's defense is better than Auburn's. I think Mateer is going to make more big plays than Arnold. I think Arnold's going to be flummoxed a couple times by Venables on defense, so I think Oklahoma wins.
There's a new thing now where these quarterbacks face their former teams now, and that's you can say what you want to say about the portal, but that's another thing that makes it compelling. And Hughie, Russell Smith was wondering yesterday. He's going to be down here today at 3:00. And then later on in the year for the Oklahoma game, he's going to be with us at Calhoun's on the River. So come out and see Dubsy today. But he was talking yesterday on his show about would a lower level SEC team take him, and would that lower level SEC team be on Tennessee's schedule? And after hearing Dubsy ask that yesterday, I want to say I hope so. Because these head coaches know how to defend. You know how to defend the guy.
If you're a defensive coach and you're facing a quarterback who failed at your school, you want to play him again because you know what you can do to mess him up. Yeah.
That's right.
Now, sometimes, mess him up mentally. So,
but be careful what you wish for.
Again, I think, and Venables, again, I said a couple weeks ago, he may not be a very good head coach. He is a high-level defensive coordinator. I think he's going to have some things for Jackson Arnold. He blitzed Bryce Underwood, and Underwood, I believe, was 1 of 11 against the blitz. I think he'll do some things against Arnold on third downs that Arnold is going to be confused by.
All right, Hughie, on the way out, here are your questions. Then I got to get the mover of the week from you. Will Tennessee exceed their team total of 56 points tomorrow versus that UAB defense? And if you had an adjective, how would you describe UAB's defense?
UAB is rancid defensively. Trent Dilfer has no business being a college football head coach. To get to 56, I think it depends on if Heupel. I don't know. Does Heupel like Trent Dilfer? I have no idea. If he doesn't, it will be like Dan Lanning against Mike Gundy when they scored.
It could get ugly.
66. So I can see Tennessee putting up. I can see Tennessee putting up in the 40s in the first half.
Second question for you. Do you expect our Tennessee Volunteers, after 3 weeks laying eyes on them in 2 real games and then one walkover and now what you're going to see tomorrow, do you expect this team, Hughie, to be in the playoffs after laying eyes on them last week?
Yes.
All right. Do you prefer, from a watchability standpoint, this version of the Vols or last year's version of the Vols, Hughie?
Well, I like offense more than defense. I thought last year's team was, we're going to run the ball and beat you up defensively. I like that. This is more of a Heupel offense. I like the deep ball. I like this year's version.
Give me this week's Mover of the Week presented by our friends at Goof On Moving and Storage. Who you got?
I'm going to surprise you maybe. Virginia Tech. They're horrible. Old Dominion in Blacksburg just beats the tar out of Virginia Tech, and they fire their coach. Virginia Tech used to be in the 90s and into the early 2000s an annual top 15 team. They are so far from the top 15 now. UCLA is a job that, it's how good is that? I want to know, how good is Virginia Tech? Because except for the Beamer era, Virginia Tech football is a vast wasteland. They had Bill Dooley for a while, Vince's brother. It's not a good program. Beamer made a living recruiting in the 757 area code, Virginia Beach, Hampton, all that kind of stuff. Everybody recruits there now. So Virginia Tech has less money than UCLA. I really wonder what their program is going to be like going forward. They should not be as bad as they are, but you can make, Virginia Tech to me they were in the middle of the pack in the ACC. They have moved down to last or next to last in the ACC for me, and that's a gigantic conference. They are really, really bad.
They've downsized, Hughie. That's a really, really great mover of the week because you can move up, you can move down, you can downsize. I got time for all that. I need to declutter my house. Bino, would you agree I need to declutter?
I'd rather not say, Tone.
Interesting. I've got major issues. I probably need medicine for some of my hoarding issues, but I'm already taking too much medicine as it is. Hey, Hughie, on the way out, much love to you. Any final thoughts for us? You've been a gentleman, if not a scholar, this week.
There's also one other. I think Michigan, Nebraska is fascinating as well. You could have Michigan with 2 losses 4 weeks into the season, which lends further credence to the idea that, a tainted title the last time they won it. Sharon Moore, I think, I don't know how good a head coach he is. And if Nebraska really thinks it's back, you cannot lose to Michigan at home. So if Nebraska loses tomorrow, just wash your hands of them for the rest of the season. If Michigan loses tomorrow, wash your hands gleefully to see how the Michigan men continue to make excuses for their program.
Hughie, you're the man. We got a couple Michigan men out here right now. Shout out to them. And I agree with you. I hope Matt Rule gets it done tomorrow because I look at him and I think he's like an off-brand Billy Joel without the catalog. And I hope you have a Dwight Gooden.
All right, man.
Bino, thank you, my man. Bino, have you ever drawn that when you look at Matt Rule? He looks just like Billy Joel.
No.
He's like an off-brand Billy Joel.
No, I'll check that out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that game.
Oh, I love that. I love that game. Take a brief time out. We come back with more. Ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking it live here today. Calhoun's on the river. Dubsy Smith comes up at 3 o'clock.
Dubsy.
Who was wondering about Nico in the SEC, maybe at Vandy. Please make that happen. In the meantime, we love you. We come back. It's our do after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living Vol fan, only one place that's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike and Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
Tony B back with you. 865-200-5402 as we're back with you. It's hour number 2 here. live today at Calhoun's. I'm being very rude. I was like eating and talking to the great Billy Jarvis and Tom Marine behind me here, and the Fighting Chapmans, who represent Cocke County with the greatest of aplomb, and they have for shout out to Lambrito. They've represented Cocke County for like 35 years.
Decades upon decades.
Yeah. My time in this show, I mean, Sir Walter Chapman, Sir John Chapman, those guys, and the Fighting Chapmans of Cocke County, I mean, my gosh. Where do we go from here? By the way, the playbook with William Pattison coming up on many of these same stations. In the meantime, you got myself and Bino. We're going to take some calls. And then over at tclub.team, we're going to do winners and losers presented by Dos Equis. Yes. All right, here we go. Here are the questions for you. And I need some audience participation in the form of phone calls live on the deck here. I commented to Bino today. I said, Bino, we're not going to have many people out here today because people are going to be hungover. And Bino, was I right or wrong? I was wrong.
You were incorrect, Tony.
I was incorrect. This is fun. I mean, look at the fellowship out here and the fun and frivolity. We'll be out here again next week. Anytime the Vols are playing football, we're here on a Friday.
Got the Vol Coast Guard here.
Vol Coast Guard. Yeah, we've got a thin-down Navy. I like that. You know, the Vol Coast Guard. That's a great line. I will tell you this. Last week, one of the things that buoyed, whatever that word is, my confidence level was when we saw the Vol Navy here, and it was like 60 ships deep.
Unbelievable.
It was halfway out in the channel. And then down there was like 300. There were like 300 boats down yonder, right near the stadium. I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. And then for the people that tried to get into the game last week, they were saying, you have got to be kidding me. Here's the good news, though, down at Calhoun's. Danny White's not in charge of the traffic patterns here, so you'll be able to get in and get out. No offense to him. Hey, Danny, stick to your job. You're not going to get it. You're not going to gig with T-Dot, nor crowd control. But at any rate, I digress, and we like to have a little fun with it on here. But, you know, we haven't brought this up today, Bino. They're very fortunate something didn't happen. The more I've learned about that.
Just absolutely, Tony. You can't take away 3 or 4 points of access from the majority of your fan base and it work. I know I could get out of that tailgate and go a little earlier, probably should, but I mean, I've been doing that for 45 years.
Yep.
And never seen it that way.
To the phones we go. Here are my 4 questions for you today. We'll move through these. We'll have fun. We'll blow it out. This will be incredible. It's going to be fun. Question number 1. Is the taste of the Georgia game out of your mouth? Yes or no? It is out of my mouth because I'm enjoying an incredible grilled chicken sandwich. What am I eating there, Bino?
You're eating a grilled chicken salad
with what's on it, Bino?
Thunder Road sauce.
Okay, so I had an epidural shot in my back yesterday, and I'm like under the influence of drugs.
And no one could tell it.
Thank you.
You're doing fantastic.
And I got like 2 hours sleep because of it last night, but hey, I'm hoping it works. Will Tennessee exceed the team total 56 points tomorrow versus UAB? Question number 2. Third question. Do you expect this team to make the playoffs? And question number 4 is, do you prefer this year's version of the Vols over last year's version of our Tennessee Volunteers? Bino said, you know what? We might fall a game short of the playoff. I like this year's team better than last year's team. Can I say that? And the answer is you can say anything you want to say on here, and you usually do. So let's go to the phones, and we'll get as many people in here as humanly possible. And Madison in Texas leads it off. Hey, Madison, no pressure on you, but as the first caller goes is generally how the rest of the show goes. No pressure on you, Madison.
Hey, Tony, we're going to get off to a hot start today. This is
all right,
fun.
A hot start. I
talk
love
to you
this.
guys at Calhoun.
Yes, sir.
Answer to the first question is, is the taste out of my mouth? It sticks with you for a while, but I'll just say it's not all bad. I thought there were a lot of positives. I'll say a couple words about that later if you have time for me. But I thought there were some positives there. Question 2 was covering the spread. Is that right?
Question 2 is, will the Vols score more than 56, which is the team total? That's question number 2.
Oh, lock it up, Tony. This guy's a killer against the lesser teams. Continues to cover the team total. Give me the Vols for 70.
To that, Madison, I was listening this week to Veasan, and I haven't double-checked this, but I heard them say in regular season non-conference games, Josh Heupel's 16-1 against the spread.
Oh, and he has zero mercy on people, okay? Like, there will be no mercy on you when you're on the field against him. And here's what I love about him, Madison. If he brings QB2 and QB3 out there, he runs his offense, which, by the way, you ought to run your offense. Like Steve Spurrier used to say, who some people compare Heupel to. Spurrier say after games, hey, look, those guys practice just like you practice. And if you don't like us scoring, stop us. That's my idea for you. Stop us.
You owe it to him as a coach, Tony. Got to give him a live look. So I love it. I love what we do against these lesser teams.
Question 3, Madison. Do you expect this team to make the playoffs? Expect.
Tony, I think I saw FPI, ESPN's got us at like 30%. I think it's a little bit better than that. I mean, based on what I saw last Saturday, would have loved to have won. Saw a lot of positives. I mean, this team does a lot of things better than last year's team did. I'm not going to say I expect it, but I'd say we've got a good shot. Maybe it's a 50-50. Would not be shocked at all to see us in the playoffs, and I think this is a team that can make some noise once they get there. So lock me in for 50-50 good shot for the playoffs.
Do you prefer this team over last year's?
Tony, I can't. I know I was early on the Aguilar stuff, but Nico just really rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't mean to make it about him. But to see Aguilar go out there and perform and how much it means to him, I mean, my gosh, you couldn't ask for a better sports story to be happening to your team. And I love this team, Tony. I mean, this is my favorite Vols team I've seen in many, many years, maybe since 2006, going back to the days in my youth. I mean, it's just a fun team, and we play well. We play hard. Yeah. It's good football. I just want to say one thing about the Georgia game, and I'll get off here. But I think a lot of your listeners know what they're looking at. They know good football. I wouldn't say that about Mark in Colombo. I mean, that guy doesn't know what he's looking at. He probably couldn't read the top line at the eye chart of the optometrist. But that's besides the point.
You mean the bottom line? No, the top line. You're right. Yeah, Mark
he couldn't read the top line. So
he's a good caller generally, but he was a loser the other day. Yep.
And what I saw on Saturday was good football. I'm proud of our guys. Would have loved to have won. And it didn't come down to that kick, Tony. I mean, there were missed blocks. There were missed tackles on critical third down. Anybody that's going to blame that kicker, they need to check themselves. They probably need to talk to somebody because he's a good kid. He's going to have the opportunity to redeem himself, and I think he's going to hit it right down the middle. But I just appreciate good football, Tony. And so when I saw that we lost after going head-to-head with a big-time football team, 2 big-time football teams going at it, and I'm watching us play well, I mean, I can't be too upset about that. I'm more encouraged than I am upset. So, Tony, you guys have a great day. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Madison.
What I want from any of my teams I follow in any sport is respect what you're doing. If you respect what you're doing, you got my vote. I mean, you're going to win, you're going to lose. I watch these guys play. They don't taunt people. There's very minimal of that. There's very minimal of going into business for yourself. It's extremely team-oriented. They respect what they do. And this is one of my favorite teams in a long time. Bino, do you echo that? What he's saying about just – because you said earlier, hey, that last year's playoff team, you have to appreciate those guys, but I like watching these guys better. You said earlier.
Yeah. This is a lot like 2022 to me. I know that's just a couple of years ago, but I really, really like that team. That's one of my favorite teams that I've ever watched play. And this team thus far in the season reminds me of them. So,
and in the current format, that team would be comfortably in the playoff. Would have been hosting a game. So.
Yeah, it's again, Tony. I know that the old adage, defense wins championships. I'm not sure.
Yes.
That's still true, but I like an offensive football team.
I want to shout out Madison, who just called. Hey, Madison, I give props where they're due. I was kind of giggling at you back in the summer when you told me that somebody in your neighborhood who's in the sport was telling you that this guy was going to succeed here and was going to succeed at a high level. I thought that's cockamamie and kind of crazy. Now, I did think that the guy would function and be okay. It would be really hard to be worse than the last guy. They literally had to scheme around the last guy. And he said, he doesn't want to get all off in the UCLA thing, but that story is a part of this story. And there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Nope.
Him and his father thought they were leaving us for dead. That's what everybody thought.
Yeah.
And you're talking about us going to the playoffs and them winning how many games, Bino?
Probably none.
Let's get Brandon here, who's in Charlotte. Brant, welcome in. You're in Charlotte. You're on our Tony Basilio show on a Friday live at Calhoun's on the River. What a blessing.
What's happening, Tony? How we doing today?
Hey, Brant, great to talk to you.
Hey, it's you're close. It's Brad, B-R-A-D, my man.
Thank you, Brad. Great to talk to you, brother.
Hey, it's good to talk to you. Hey, I want to set up a scenario for you real quick. What's going on in my life right now? I think you'll appreciate this. So I'm born and raised East Tennessee. Went to UTK, diehard Tennessee fan, and I'm right now living in Charlotte, and I am on the road as we speak with my 8-year-old son in the back seat, and I'm getting ready to take him to Neyland Stadium for his first game, my man. I'm pretty excited.
Buddy. How beautiful is that?
Buddy, that makes me, literally tear up, man.
Amen.
And I mean that.
Tony, I tell you what, I got tears building up right now, buddy. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and to me, this is just a kind of a perfect game to get him into, right? Without,
Yep.
He's not ready. He's not ready yet for the big boy game, SEC play. But
that's right.
I'm excited. We're going to go there tomorrow. I'm going to get him exposed to all the things that I grew up with. The Vol Walk, Vol Village, and then the band marching in. I'm going to tell you right now, buddy.
Yes, sir.
It's an emotional moment for me. But I
Good
just
for
wanted
you,
to
buddy.
You know that, and I did want to ask or kind of give you my take on just a couple of things. I want to go back real quick and get your thoughts on this and give you my thoughts. That last week that was a heartbreaker. We should have won that game. In my opinion, we should have won it. However, I didn't feel like I usually feel when we lose a game. And what I mean by that is, yeah, I wish we would have won. That would have been awesome. We had our chance. But I'll tell you right now, it didn't take me long to realize, you know what? We're a pretty dang good team this year, and I didn't see this coming.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it. No.
I was saying 8 wins probably this year.
Me too.
Maybe 9
Me too.
if we're lucky.
Me
I'll
too.
be honest with you, Tony. I don't care what the rankings say right now. I never follow the rankings anyways. But this guy, Joey, fits this offense better than I've ever seen. And I truly believe if we tweak a few things and just clean it up, we could win out. That's not impossible. This
Matt
team's good, Tony. What are
Dixon.
your thoughts?
Well, Matt Dixon yesterday on the air, and he's right, said it is one of the more compelling things to think about is how Josh Heupel's had 2 guys here land in his lap, and then the other ones that he handpicks can't play. It doesn't make any sense, Bino, for a coach of his caliber to say that about him, but it is true.
Yeah, it is, and Brad Aguilar fits this place. I don't care where he's from. It's what he's been through, And what he represents, he fits this place.
That guy, no matter what happens the rest of the year, and look, it could turn. Who knows? He will never, when he's down here on this river, have to buy a drink, have to buy a meal. I mean, I can promise you that. This fan base is going to love that guy for as long as he's breathing.
You got that right. You got that right. Hey, and I'll tell you, this whole thing, and I don't even want to give him any more attention, but Nico and this whole thing that happened, I'll say this. I feel bad for him now. This is a total mistake that he made. But I'll say this, blessing in disguise what happened for the University of Tennessee. I know people were mad at first and freaking out over this whole thing. I wanted to like Nico, but he does not fit the profile of a true leader. I never saw that in him.
No.
Joey got, buddy, I'm telling you, they want to play for him. All his teammates want to play for him. Everybody wants to get behind this guy, and that's what a true leader does. And when that happens and you have a real leader on a team, that's when you start winning games because everyone's playing for you.
I couldn't agree with that more. And I'm not knocking the Nico guy. The problem with the Nico guy is the Nico guy's father will not let Nico have oxygen, and so he's never led anything in his life. At some point, you got to look at your kid and say, "Hey, it's time for you." Hey, I can promise you this, talking to you, and I don't know you from Adam, but there's going to come a point in your son's life where you're going to look at him and say, "Hey, you're going to make your own decisions." This kid's 21 years old, and they're still making his decisions for him. I mean, at some point, I can promise you, talking to you, you will not be one of those people.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's
Thank
really
you, my
what
man.
It is, Tony. It's
Sure
really
it
what
is.
it is. Nico's
Sure
a great
it
guy,
is.
hoping all the best, but he does
Sure it
not
is.
have that leadership skill yet. He hasn't
Hey,
had a chance to have it.
he didn't raise the – and listen, this show said it when he was here last year. He didn't raise the level of anybody around him. And at that position, you've got to raise the level of people around you. And you either can or you can't. Shout your son's name out to me. What's your son's name, Brad? And I love that you're getting to do that tomorrow.
His name is Bray, B-R-A-Y, my man, Bray.
Thank you, my man. Good talking to you. Don't be a stranger, and have a great visit.
Hey, Brad, soak this all in tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
You'll never forget it, and neither will he.
Thank you, brother. Good talking to you. Also, I want to shout out William, and William's family's here. I'm shouting out my man William Bino. He's in the back there. Let's give a round of applause to William and his family. They're up here from Georgia. I love you guys, man. I love y'all. You all have a great spirit. And, William, you're an awesome caller when you call, man. You're an awesome caller.
Tony, we're talking about Tony, you're talking about sorry, you're talking about Nico.
Yeah.
Remember, I used to sing you that William Bell song. Trying to love two ain't easy to do, and that's still the case.
Bino going back on the deep cuts. All right, here's what we got to do. Brief Terrell Owens. We come back after our TO. We'll get some more phone calls in. I got 4 questions. They are: Tennessee cover that team total tomorrow. Shout out to my friends at VIP Play. Shout out VIP Play Will Heflin, who's part of our panel up next. Shout out the taste of the Georgia game. Is it out of your mouth? It's out of mine because I'm enjoying a tremendous grilled chicken salad. What did I call it earlier, Bino? A grilled chicken sandwich. Third question is, do you expect this Tennessee team to make a playoff after 3 weeks of action? And number 4, do you prefer this year's version of the Vols over last year's version of the Vols? We take a brief time out. We come back with more. We're live with you at Calhoun's on the River on a Friday. Rice fans, as we continue with more after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
You got a to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a two-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morse here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club teams start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy, That's you.
Wow, I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for
Hey,
Advent.
whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's Easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you.
Hey, Bino, I just met that really beautiful family sitting down there. And they told me they had boy and girl twins just like me, and their kids are grown, you know.
Wow.
And the father looks at me, and I asked him, I said, so which one was easier, the boy or the girl when they were kids? What do you think we're all saying, the boy or the girl? What's easier?
Like the clutter in your house, I'd rather not say, Tony.
I'm going to give you a little hint here, okay?
Come on now. She doesn't look like she's been in any trouble.
Well, boys are a little easier than girls. But let's go to the phones.
For dads or moms or both?
Both.
Okay.
Let's go to the phones. And, by the way, what an incredible crowd out here today. Just so excited. Our last caller that called from Charlotte on his way over with his 8-year-old son. I just consider the first time I went to my first sporting event, my mind was so blown. I can close my eyes and still see it. I can close my eyes and still remember things about it. That kid is really in for something.
Doesn't matter where it happens either, Tony. Doesn't matter where it happens.
Back to the phones we go. Let's get Rob in Dallas, who's up next with us. Rob, welcome in.
Hey, Tony. How's it going, man?
Hey, Rob. Great to talk to you.
Hey, you too. I know exactly how that guy in Charlotte's feeling. I got to take my daughter to see Tennessee play Oklahoma last year, and it was one of the coolest things we ever did together as a father-daughter. It was fun, and the best part about it, we sat right next to the UT band. So we got to listen to Rocky Top all night. It was awesome.
Wow, on the road, too, in a really cool venue like Oklahoma. That's pretty neat, man. I mean, you know, I was talking about these Texas callers that we have with C the other night, and you're one of them, and the fact that the league has kind of come to you now that you live where you live. You get several opportunities if you'll get in the car.
Yep.
And now I think Texas is on Tennessee's schedule next year. Now they're going to reveal it next week. I think the 3 permanent opponents are Tennessee, I'm sorry. I'm really that tired. Alabama, Vanderbilt, the two we already kind of know about, and I think Kentucky's going to be the third. But I think they're going to feed the Vols to the Lions next week with some of the other games. Have I shown you what some of the other games are?
No.
Okay, yeah. I'll show it to you. But, Rob, I just think that's a great thing, man, that you get to see your Vols playing a place like Oklahoma and win. How about win, man?
Oh, it was awesome. And, the Oklahoma people, they were pretty cool. So, my daughter got a really good experience. We were surrounded by Oklahoma people. It was a good time. But that guy's in for a treat because I remember when my dad took me to Neyland for the first time, and, I was all clad in orange. God, I think I can still smell the hot dog I ate that day. It was so good.
There's just something about that first game, man. Just something about that first game.
Yeah, it's awesome. So your question is, last week's game taste out of my mouth. If you remember, I said we were going 10-2 in the beginning of the season, and I had us losing to Georgia. So everything we did in that game to me was a bonus. And the fact that we went toe-to-toe and about punched them in the face and got out of there with a win, to me, that was a win. So, and I think we're going to see them again. I think Georgia's going to drop one, and we'll see them again. But, yeah, I'm over that. I'm tickled to death with what I'm seeing on the field. What was the second question?
The questions are: do you think Tennessee scores over 56 tomorrow on this bunch?
Easily.
Third question.
It depends on how long the first string is for.
Do you expect this Tennessee team to make the playoff from here?
Yeah. And I have us going beyond the first round.
Do you prefer this Tennessee team over last year's Tennessee team?
Without a doubt. This team's way more fun. With Joey football back there, I don't worry about what he's going to do. All last year, every game, every time the ball was snapped, you hold your breath until the play was over with because you just never knew what the other guy was going to do.
It's a great point, and to have a quarterback that you don't have to manage around, and to be able to see them, and then all the little intricate things they've added to their offense, the way they've gone away from the wide splits, which is really, them going away from their identity is what that is, and then making it work in a Southeastern Conference football game on that stage is amazing.
With a guy that doesn't connect with his receivers or do film study.
Oh, you're talking about what Deshaun Foster said about him. Oh,
unbelievable that they would be able to do that with him in what? 100 days.
As Brian Hartman said to me, we were talking about it off the air, he said, so karma is real, huh? And I said, I don't know if karma's real, but it sure is for Deshaun Foster today.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about Joey and the way he's come along, but, Joey's one of us now. He's a volunteer. He's Tennessee forever. He's one of us. You never got that with the other guy. He was like a visitor, overstaying his stay.
Well, they couldn't even get the guy to do NIL stuff last year. The father's like, he's not a show pony. And they're like, well, that's part of the deal. I'll ask you, Bino.
Outside of dollar store to sign autographs.
Bino lives, ain't that the truth? If they set up a stand in L.A. and he was doing autographs, Bino, how many people would show up?
Well,
that's the truth.
First they'd wonder if he was a movie star. Who are you? What do you do again?
Well, he looks like kind of that guy, Ali G. That's who he kind of looks like. Hey, thank you for the call. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. Thank you. 865-200-5402. One thing about me being how I'm going to be a little politically incorrect from time to time, if you'll please excuse me.
See, those shots didn't add any filter. It wasn't like a hernia surgery.
Laura told me today, she said, please be careful what you're saying on the air. You're under the influence of that stuff. And she said, try not to be, too cringy.
You're doing good, Tony. You're doing real good.
Let's go back to our phones and get our next call in. I want to hear from you today. 865-200-5402. I got to catch my breath on this one. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
How my friends and compatriots doing today?
Thank you, brother.
Tony, I dress up like a pony for a show for $2 million.
No question, brother.
But I don't wish the kid bad, Nico. I just, the father just led him astray, and I know. And did you say there's a dog there named Nico at Calhoun's?
Absolutely. Jeff and Leanne Frost have an animal out here by the name of Nico. They named him Nico last year. There he is. There is Nico. Nico's in somebody's arms right now. Looks like, yeah, Nico's a cutie. And Nico, the dog, if they let that dog off that chain, will run to him. It'll go run to a house west of here where it will not be well taken care of.
But it will look to the sideline before it does it.
God!
Yeah, that's right. Look at the river.
I thought of you last week, Bino, when he was doing it. He kept clapping and looking.
It drove me crazy. I didn't realize how crazy it drove me until I saw him do it out there, too.
And he's in another uniform, and it was driving us crazy.
But all I've been telling people all week is we're still in the playoff hunt. And, Bino, you know for sure that decades ago we never could have said that we're still in the playoff hunt.
We couldn't have hardly said it 2 years ago.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
And that's what's fun about it. And
I agree.
The funny thing is that if it was, the 12-team playoff right now, if it was today, we'd only have 4 SEC teams, 4 Big Ten. But if you expand it to 16 by next year's rules, we will have 8 SEC teams in, and we'd be one of them. So, to me, that still bothers me that it's not already the 16 because there's going to be some 9-3 SEC teams, especially when we go to that 9-game schedule. And 9-3 is going to be on the bubble. That's just life.
That schedule next year, guys. W. Lynn, if you see, if I've got good information and you see what they're doing to us, let's put it this way. Bino, is that schedule any good next year?
It's grueling, and
you open
I'm
with
not
Georgia
sure
Tech.
it's going to look a whole lot different than everyone else's.
And you open with Georgia Tech too, which is kind of down there.
Wow.
And I sure hope that Georgia Tech game's at Grant Field for good old days' sake.
They won't do it.
I agree, but
they won't.
Tony's
do it.
right.
All about the money. Maybe Danny will do crowd control down there.
If it was there,
maybe Danny will do. Maybe Danny will do crowd
hot
control.
Dogs and onion rings in.
That is the good thing about that stadium. I give Arthur Blank a lot of credit. He's got concessions priced like you're back in the 1980s, Bino. They're not taking advantage of people, which is kind of good.
Yeah.
Anything else for us, brother W. Lynn?
I'm just happy to hear a guy's taking his son to the first game. That brought back memories of me going with my dad. And I want to give a shout-out to William and say, William, you keep up the good work. You got a future in radio.
He's a good man. I love William. I told his father, I said, we would love to have you come out to see the studio. And he said, well, we got to get back tomorrow. I said, no problem, brother, but if you're ever up this way, you look me up and we'll bring you in. Which leads me to that one night, Bino, when we beat somebody. And Laura said, there's like 15 people out in the annex. I don't have a place for them to sit down. They were like sitting on the floor. And I walked out there and I said, what are y'all doing? And they said, we know one of your neighbors, and we knew where you lived. I hope you don't mind. And there was a whole bunch of them. And I said, but I can't hang out with you because I'm always live on that thing. But anyway, I'll tell you what. Let's do. W. Lynn, thanks for the call. Let's do this. I got to get one more quick one in because Mike Hugan in today was really wordy. So I got to get one more in.
And the band caused a bunch of problems, too.
And the band really caused, yes. That's a great line, Bino. I'm blaming the band, y'all. I'm going to take a cue from our AD. More after this.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you. Not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Basilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw, available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash. Tony, be back with you. I got to shoot a photo with Amanda. Because
Absolutely.
because we have to have, this is what you call, where I come from, priorities. And Amanda comes from Memphis, and that's a priority. So the Murfreesboro Vols going to join us. Let's see if we can cause feedback here, Amanda. Here, would you like to put this headphone on? Here, you put that headphone on. How about you? It won't mess your hair up. And it didn't mess my hair up either. But, Amanda, it's nice to meet you. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, thank you. Thank you. It's a real pleasure meeting you. Absolute honor, both of you. And my best to you in the Twin Cities. We go to the phones. He is from the Twin Cities originally, Beanstar.
Yes.
She was born here and lives there.
Lives in Memphis.
Lives in Memphis, and all that proves that God has a sense of humor.
Amen.
As we get ready to Murfreesboro Vol, what happened to him? He just leave? He just up and left me.
Probably on his way here to get his picture made with you too, Tony.
Bino, you and I were talking before we got started today. I didn't think we'd have people out here because I don't know. And you looked at me and said, why wouldn't we have a ton of people out here? And there are. This is the best fan base in America, man. Even like a kick like last week.
Unquestioned, Tony.
And going to keep it down.
Resilient VFLs.
Yep. And speaking of
VFFL.
which. Hey, man. Ford it, not again it. My friends at VIP Play, you bet $20 or more for your first bet this weekend. Get $100 in bonus bets coming your way. And if you have and listen, there are 200 leagues live always, all kinds of specials this week in college and the pros. Check out the specials tab. I'm going to have a suggested bet. Bino, I think I'm going on Tennessee over everything. I don't know about the spread, though. And here's why. They've got a quarterback in that kid that can throw it around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've got a secondary that's going to give up some points tomorrow.
Possibly, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm just, I'm wondering about the number and if it would be prudent to play Tennessee's team total over and them inside the number. Where are you on that before we go back to the phones?
Well, why don't you play Tennessee's team total over and the game total over?
And if you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in the great state of Tennessee to place a bet. And we go back to our phones live today on the deck here at Calhoun's on your river. Hello and welcome in. You are our next call. Welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good day to you, my friend.
Well, it is morning, I guess, for 4 more minutes here in Murfreesboro. But hope y'all are having a great Friday. Wish I was there. I'd make Tackar Spike buy me a little Calhoun's chicken there at Calhoun's on the river. Wish I was with y'all today. I'll be short and sweet. I know Hughie went a little over his time limit today, so I'll let other callers come in. But I do think we win 9 to 10 games, and I think we're right there in the playoff hunt. And I went a couple of weeks ago and took my daughter to our first Tennessee game for ETS.
Wow.
Great weekend. Yeah, man,
wow.
It's awesome. I've got an 8th grader too, and he's been a couple times, and so he thought he was cool and knew everything. But it's always fun to be so excited to show your children or someone the first time, experience and everything. And then as far as Nico, man, whatever happens to the kid happens to the kid. I wish him the best, and I'm really thankful that everything happened the way it did. Man, I've got so many things. I want to tell a Watson Brown story, if that's okay. It'll take me about a minute and a half, if that's okay.
Please, I'll tell you what. Stay right there. You can finish that on our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime,
Absolutely.
which comes. Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Yeah, stay right there, my brother, because I want to remind you that Russell Smith's coming up 2 hours right here. So stay, hang out, let's keep the party going here on the deck, and get out here from 3 to 6 and check him out.
Speaking of.
In fact, there is Dubsy right now, but he's going to have you out here doing his thing, ladies and gentlemen, doing his thing. In fact, I'm going to have him sit in with me for a hot minute on our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. I do want to say that coming up next, you will be in the care of the playbook with William Pattison. Hey, William breaks it down scientifically now. He breaks it down straight, scientifically. So he's up next, and then Dubsy will be out here from 3 to 6. In the meantime, I want to thank Bri for making it happen on the board. I want to thank everybody today. Laura, everybody. Bino, I even kind of feel like thanking you, man. It was fun today, dude.
Don't go overboard, Tony. You're doing good.
And we had a pretty great show today.
Excellent show, Tony.
Yeah,
I thought it was
pretty
excellent.
fun. Till we meet again.
We don't ever have a hoopty.
Well, no. Some are better than others, Bino. Let's be honest about it here. I want to thank everybody that came out at Calhoun's today. You all are incredible. Vol Nation, I love you. We love you, no matter where you're listening around the world. Peace. And go Vols.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, presented by TLD Logistics. Online at tldlogistics.com. And now let's go to the guys with today's edition of TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime.
Tony B back with you. I got a special guest in here. It's unbelievable, Andy. The great Dubsy Smith, who yesterday you were talking about the possibility of Nico being in the league. Dubsy, I'm struggling as somebody that does this every day because, I don't want to dunk on those people, man, as I welcome you in. But at the same time, this Aguilar deal is such – those two guys are so connected, man. How do we do that? How do we walk that line?
You just be thankful that we came out on the right end of the trade, right? I mean, it's clear that that we got the better quarterback.
How long has it been since you and I have done something like this
with person?
With your incredible voice?
Oh,
over 20 years. Listen to how freaking good your radio voice is, man.
Learn from the best.
No, that's a God-given thing you got. Those are called God-given pipes.
Oh, thanks, man. It's all right.
Dubsy's
it's all right. Doing all right. Good to see you, man.
Dubsy's in the house, man.
Sorry to run Bino off.
No, he was going to leave.
He took one look at me. He's like,
no, he's got
away from this guy.
He's got dog duty. He's got to get back. But when Dubsy's in the house and you got the Fighting Chapmans in the house, what more do you need?
Got the canines here, too.
Got the dogs out here. This is
the big dogs.
This is an incredible scene out here, Russell. As Russell Smith joins, he'll be out here from 3 to 6 today. He's surveying the land, but this is where it's going to happen from. And I'm asking people, Dubs. I'll go through my 4 questions for you, and then we'll go to the phones.
Mm.
And see, I actually, unlike back in the day, I actually like
show prep. Look at you.
I actually like.
Yeah, you're prepared. This is not the Basilio I'm familiar with.
Interesting. Interesting. Although we do throw a couple 1,000-word blog up every day, but
true.
What's funny about the blog thing, though, is that a lot of times I'll do the show and not refer to what's there because other things will have popped up, or you'll get things that'll pop into your mind. So today, I didn't know what me and Bino were going to do. And because you got to make this UAB thing kind of interesting because it's really not. Right? I mean, they do that to us in our
It's not supposed to be. Hopefully it's not interesting
there
tomorrow.
You go. There you go.
If it's interesting, something's gone drastically wrong.
4 questions for you, Dubsy, and then we go to the phones. This is a great Russell Smith who will be live at Calhoun's from 3 to 6 this game and the Oklahoma game. And we got something special going Oklahoma week, but we'll tell you all about that at an appropriate time. Question number 1, Dubs, for you personally and your audience, folks you're interacting with on a daily basis. Georgia game, taste out of your mouth?
No.
No.
I think this is the 5 stages of grief, right? And I think a lot of people are in denial. Oh yeah, I'm past it. I'm good. You don't just snap and clear from a loss like that, man. That's the kind of loss that stays with you forever. I mean, that's like losing to Bama in 1990.
What's up, brother? You want to jump in with us?
The Hobbs nail boot game. I mean, that's like I'll never be completely over that one. I'm glad we're playing tomorrow, man.
All right.
I'm glad we're playing just to go ahead and get the taste out of the mouth and move on because I don't know about you, but that stuck with me all week. I went to the Titans game Sunday, which was, because I'm just a glutton for punishment.
That's dedication.
Every time they ran the field goal team out there, it's just like, Every time I see a field goal attempt this week, it's,
You know what's crazy, too? Like we were talking about in our post game the other day, because C looked it up. He's a sicko. This guy's got like every statistic known to mankind. The probability of making a 42-yarder at the Division I level.
It's like 60%, right?
Yeah, 58, 57. But the probability of making that kick in that spot after, and I hate to say this, after they ice their own kicker, which is what happened, and then you have a coach over there, as somebody pointed out yesterday to me, talking to a guy before he kicks a ball, which, Dubsy, you and I both know you don't do that, man.
Like
you don't
talking
get
to a
near
pitcher
him.
while he's got a no-hitter going.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you don't even want to acknowledge him. They got a Doberman out here. I own a Doberman. Those are awesome dogs.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
those are incredible dogs. That's a cool dog right there. You like the dogs out here, Dubsy?
I love the dogs.
And the feel of this whole thing?
Absolutely. The vibes out here are incredible right now.
Yes. Looking good there. All right, here we go. Second question, and then we'll go back to our phones. Tennessee exceed the team total of 56 tomorrow against this UAB team? Team total for them.
Tennessee?
Yes.
Yes. I believe we score in the 60s tomorrow. I think Heupel's going to be we're paying these guys, what, $1.65 million to come in here? We're going to get our money's worth.
That's a great line. They will put a literal season beating on people like no other. And he's like a cover machine in these games. Will Healy apparently, and this is what was said to me, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to repeat it because I do talk radio. But apparently Will Healy didn't seem like very happy at the end of that East Tennessee State game. My favorite thing about Heupel versus past regimes is when you put your second and third team quarterbacks in there, man, let them play.
Yeah.
Don't hand the ball off.
I mean, you got 12 games to work on stuff. What, are you just going to get in there and run the clock out?
Damn, you have a good voice. You want to just host us, man? All right, here's the third question.
I've got 3 hours to fill, man. I'm good.
He's like, can I get off, please? Third question. We've seen the Vols for 3 weeks now. We've seen the rest of college football for 3 weeks. Do you expect Tennessee to make the playoff? Expect.
Ooh, expect. Not right now. Not right now. Ask me again after the Bama game. Right now, it's hard for me to say I expect to make the playoffs. I'm very hopeful of making the playoffs.
I agree with that.
Did not expect to make the playoffs coming into the season.
Correct.
I feel better through 3 games than I thought I would at this point about our team and our chances. But it's just college football, man. There's so many hard games left to play, so many potential minefields that you've got to negotiate, and then, like, you know, you're already starting to hear the drumbeat of, well, if Notre Dame wins 8 in a row or 10 in a row, they should go in. And, like, you know, Illinois and all these teams that we know.
Yeah.
I get mad thinking about it.
Well, that's
get
right.
Get mad about being mad
because
in November.
I'm of the belief that they're going to figure out a way if they can.
Oh, you know what the
4 teams are coming from that league, Dubs.
So you know what the narrative is going to be.
Yeah.
Well, we did this with Tennessee last year. We let them in when we didn't know if they were supposed to be in, and they got destroyed.
That's
you
right.
know that's what they're going to say.
No, that's right. And the other thing they're going to do, Russell, is, and we have to face the facts here, Sammy in the rage. Here, give me one. Come here. Come here. Feel it, brother. Okay, so Sammy in the Ridge sighting, ladies and gentlemen. Who you signing autographs? That's a very, very awesome guitar player looking Tennessee shirt he's got on.
There,
yeah. That's very guitar player looking, very festive.
Look at this, the style of modern college football. You ever watch, like, the crowds from the 70s and 80s? Like,
yes.
Maybe, like, 20% of the people were wearing orange. Now it's like, I've got this shirt for this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Alumni Hall to
Shout
buy a
out
specific
Alumni Hall.
shirt for
Shout
a specific game.
Shout them out.
They've got it dialed in.
Dubsy, do you prefer this year's version of the Vols over last year's version of the Vols?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more fun to win with offense, right? Nobody wants to sit there and watch a defensive struggle.
I love defense, but the Nico guy was such a flatliner.
I remember we used to make fun of, quote-unquote, Big 12 football.
Yes.
Look at Oklahoma State. And,
we did. You're right.
You know, would you want to watch those 56-49 games? You used to look down on it. Now I'm like, yeah. I want to see touchdowns, man.
I mean, Tennessee and Georgia last week, that looked like borderline Arena League football there for a while.
Love it.
Score the points.
Yeah, it's fun. Last team with the ball wins, unless your kicker misses the kick.
Let's go to our busy phones. There's a great Ryan Brown's in the house. He's like an owner, Dubs. I don't mess with people that own radio
and
stations.
Baskerville, man. Look
and
at
the great Bob
the
Baskerville.
adults are in the room.
Oh, look at Baskerville. How awesome he looks. Ryan and Baskerville. I don't mess with people that own things. And let's go back to our phones and get our next call in. But, hey, Ryan, thank you, man, for what you've done for me and my family. Thank you, brother. And Baskerville, you are literally as good as they come. How are you enjoying Baskerville in the afternoon with you?
Bob's cool, but, you know, you host a show. It's like being in a relationship. You get to know, like, all the quirks and everything. So I'm learning about Baskerville's quirks.
I can't wait to download
idiosyncrasies.
I can't wait to download him on some of yours.
Yeah.
I guarantee in about 6 months.
I'm a weirdo. Yeah, for sure.
You're a mercurial. Oh, he says he already knows it. You're a mercurial fella, Dubsy. And I've been called a weirdo.
I think
I've been called a weirdo in certain circles myself. So
Baskerville has he's so fastidious. He has like
everything.
You know how like you got your computer in front of you and like it gets spittle on it. Like Baskerville has like this.
Grab the headphone over there.
Jump in here, Bobo.
Yeah, everything.
He's got like this microfiber towel, and he'll just sit there like his devices are immaculate. I guarantee you, he pulls his phone out right now. It's going to be like the shine. You know, mine's all scratched up and cracked and beat up.
If Bob Baskerville, if Bob Baskerville,
beautiful.
If Bob Baskerville came
you could
to my
eat off
house,
his phone.
If he came to my house and saw my garage right now, Because I'm doing this other thing where I junk around and sell online, you know. So I sell sheet music, vintage sheet music all around the world. You would love it. He would need medication when we were done. Bob Baskerville, how we doing, brother?
I'm great, man. This is awesome. What a turnout.
I mean, this is incredible out here, is it not?
I was listening driving in, and I was kind of saying what you were saying.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what the turnout will be like today, but here we are, man. This
Tennessee
is
football and Calhoun's,
fantastic,
man. They will be here.
Yeah, absolutely great. Love being here.
And I'm really excited for you guys to be here today in about an hour and a half. And Dubsy didn't know I was put the headphones on him, and you didn't know I was put the headphones on you. Hey, Bob, thanks for all you've done for me and my family as well, man.
Oh, buddy, we're a family. Your family is our family. You know, that's the way I look at it. That's what happened when we moved here. You know, when I moved here long ago, this is home now, man. I'm from the Midwest. I get a lot of grief for being from the state of Indiana, the great state of Indiana.
Exactly.
But
Boilermaker Bob.
She married a guy from Minnesota, Bob. She'd take you one better.
Well, there you go.
But he loves it here.
Yeah.
And
how can you not?
Yeah.
How can you not?
Yeah.
This place is fantastic, and I look forward to this time of year so much. And, man, when the weather cooperates, too, it's the best. It's the absolute best.
You know what just geeked me up, guys, is we had a call. We've had a couple of them today from one of the great things about games like this, because they're not fun to talk about with what we're doing, because to pretend like you're going to see a game, I mean, okay, whatever. But people are bringing their kids in there for the first time tomorrow. A lot of young kids get to go to their first game. And, man, I can still remember my first big major sporting event. I saw the Phillies and Padres, 1977, in the Old Vet Stadium. It was in May of 1978. And Davey Johnson, who just passed away, hit a double in the left center field gap to score 2 runs, and the Phillies won the game 3-1. I remember that like it was literally like it happened last night. That's how much it means to you when you're a kid.
It does. I went to
What was your first deal?
Well, it wasn't my first deal, but the one that's indelible for
Yeah.
me because, again, I grew up in Indianapolis at the time. They didn't really have pro sports except for the Pacers. But we went to an NFL playoff game in Cincinnati, the Bengals and the Chargers. And do you remember this game where it was like the wind chill was like 30 below?
Please tell me you went to that game when Fouts.
Yes.
That's the coldest game of all time.
It was incredible. I was miserable. But now I think back to
It was
that.
1981.
Right.
How old of a kid were you?
I was high school age.
Did you go on your own initiative, or did your family take you
No,
there?
no. A buddy of mine, his family took me. I rode along. So
30 below.
Wind
Russell,
chill,
it's the
wind
coldest
chill.
game of all time. It's the
Yeah,
coldest game.
I've heard of that
yeah.
game.
Yeah, it was awful.
Green Bay thought that game was cold.
Yeah, exactly. But I think back to that, and it's
Yeah.
like, man, that's a memory. You know, that's the whole thing. And
That's a memory, all right, because I hate the cold. And if I was in a game like that, guys, I don't know that I'd live through that, but that's because I'm weak. I'm weak here. All right, let's go back to our phones, and we'll get another call in, and then we'll get out of here. I want to let these guys get set up for what they're doing. Plus, we've got winners and losers coming up, presented by our friends at Dos Equis / VIP Play. Hello and welcome in, Rusty. You're on the air.
The dream team is together. My goodness.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of wattage in here right now.
Oh, 3 fantastic people. Russ, thank you for what you did the other day. That was so kind of you. And Gabriel says that Oklahoma game, he's going to be in town. His brother-in-law, just you guys, we're all going to get together on Friday night. He's blowing up my phone telling me everybody's going to be around on Friday night. Cannot wait for that to happen. And this merger with you guys, it has been seamless and wonderful.
One thing I love about Dubsy is he's always been a giver-backer, and he doesn't take seriously like a lot of people do what we do. You've always approached your deal like that, Russell.
Well, along those lines, you're aware that the Friday before the Oklahoma game is Halloween, right?
Yes, I'm well aware of that. And are you
Are
aware?
you going to be in costume?
Are you aware? Yeah, I'm coming as a musician because check this out, Rusty. Here's what we're doing.
Is it like Kiss? You're going to be in the makeup?
So check this out. Oklahoma Day, we're doing our show from 11 to 1 Eastern. My band is going to play from 1 till 3 Eastern. Russell and Bob Baskerville are going to do their show from 3 to 6, and then they're going to have another live band down here after that. We're calling it Vala Palooza from sun up to sundown on, is that Halloween Friday? Is that what that is?
That's
It's not Halloween night, though, is it?
Halloween?
It's Halloween
the
night?
31st is Friday.
That's the 31st.
Oh, man. We got to compete with that? We got our work cut out for us,
There's
boys.
no competition.
Embrace it.
There's
We
no
need to start
competition.
we need to start promoting.
No, there's no competition, Tony.
Okay, what's Nico going to dress as, Rusty?
A
Allie
scarecrow.
G.
A scarecrow. That's all. He just stands there with a no look on his face, no matter what's going on.
Poor guy.
No leadership.
Poor guy.
Can real fast though. I love Hughie as much as anybody, but my gosh, Mike, if you're still listening, or if somebody can tell you, Appalachian State, for goodness sakes, Lord have mercy. How many people's heads and eyes rolled when he said that? Appalachian. Anyway, what are the questions of the day? I can't keep up with them, Tony.
Questions of the day are: do the Vols cover tomorrow? I mean, not cover. Do they go over the team? Do they do they go over their team total? As I'm wearing my salad now, that's why I wouldn't encourage anybody to do
radio
medicine under the what is it? Under what am I under? I'm under the spell of something. Drugs.
Yeah.
I had a procedure yesterday. Georgia games. It out of your mouth? Thank you, Kyle. Georgia games. It out of your mouth?
No, it never. Well, it can't ever be out of my head and taste out of my mouth unless we still go 10-2. If we go 9-3 and miss the playoffs, it's never getting out of the taste out of my mouth. If we go 10-2 and have to go play in a cold Big Ten stadium on the road, it's never going to be out of my mouth because that puts us in a worse situation. If we run the table and go to Atlanta at 11-1 and replay Georgia, then it can possibly get out of my mouth because we still have a chance to host or get a bye.
So
but if
you're
that game costs us to travel or not make the playoffs, then it won't be out of my taste. Won't be out of my mouth.
You're on Team Dubsy over here because a lot of my people say, "Yeah, I've forgotten about it." Bino said, "I've forgotten about it." But you guys are like, "Hey, I'm not going to pretend like this thing ain't going to linger." Because the truth is, you had them beat, and you should have won the game.
Let them off
the hook. Let them off the hook, man.
Hey, Tony, is the 2001 SEC championship game against LSU when we're going to play in the Rose Bowl against Miami out of your mouth yet?
No, but the stakes were so much higher back then because that eliminated you from everything. Whereas this thing, you're still in a playoff, and you got a 12-team deal, and you got, I want to say a little cushion, but I don't know how much cushion you have because who the heck knows? Because I'm with Russell. They're going to figure out a way to get Notre Dame in that deal if they go 10-2, despite what everybody says. And they're also going to figure out a way to put 4 Big Ten teams in that thing before it's over.
Of course. The margin of error just went way out the window now is what happened. I mean, I didn't expect us to beat Georgia, but when we were lining up to kick that field goal, I did. And it put us in a situation to where it's not getting out of my mouth. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being long-winded on that one.
The second one is, it's never good when our GM's over here telling me I need a dustpan and a brush. The second thing, sorry, man, I'm sorry. They can't take me anywhere. Trust me. 3 weeks in, do you expect this team, Rusty, to be a playoff team? I'm going to ask Bobby's questions, too. Do you expect the Vols to be a playoff team?
Expect no. 70-30, yes.
Fourth question, do you prefer this version of the Vols over last year's team?
It sure would be nice to have McCoy, Gibson, Big O, Pierce, and Will Brooks, who we're missing so bad. It would be nice to have that defense. It really, really would. But, I mean, we all know that when you can hit a 75-yarder at any moment, it makes football more fun. And last year we didn't have that capability.
Rusty, thank you. Have a great
Y'all
day
be
on the
good.
left
Love y'all.
coast. Look forward to seeing you for the Oklahoma weekend.
Just want to point out the irony of Basilio talking about how messy he is and how Bob would be so offended by his garage
please do.
as he dumps the salad all over himself.
Yeah, I'm
mid-show.
I almost had a gag reflex here
Bob,
a minute ago.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. When I was originally saw you standing over here with Ryan Brown, I thought, why don't we let him sit here next to me? So that could have been.
God,
Well, you look good in your shorts, Bob. I mean, my gosh.
Would have been nightmare fuel, man.
Well, come on, man. A little chicken salad, grilled chicken salad.
I mean, I love you, but I know.
Laying all over your legs. Russell, would that have gone well? Would he have handled that well?
No. He'd be on his way home to change.
All right, boys.
Real talk. Yeah, I would.
Boys, what do we have? Okay, so for the Oklahoma game, we're going to sit here and play music. 1-3, my Fountain City Ramblers are. Russell, you're a musician. People, I don't know if you talk about that on the air, but you're a very, very good guitar player, and you're a drummer. I don't mess with people like you that have all these skills. When's the last time you drummed in front of somebody? And do you still own
early
a kit?
20s?
Do you still own a kit?
I've got a kit somewhere. We've got an electronic. My son is a much better drummer than I was.
That's super cool.
Today's his birthday. Eli's 11. If
That
you can believe
is
my youngest is 11 years old.
super duper
We've got
cool.
electronic drums, and he's much better than I am.
Wow. You know, I tried to get both my kids kind of into music, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't force.
No, you can't force anything.
You know, my son tried to get me in the golf.
Sports, music, you can't.
Yeah. My son tried to get me in the golf, and then he took me out when he was 13 and saw my golf swing, and he said, I was throwing.
You stay home next time, Pops.
I was throwing clubs because I played all my life, and he said, Dad, your golf swing is horrendous. When your 13-year-old kid tells you that just started playing, we might have issues.
So is Bob going to sing? You know, Bob, people don't realize, songbird of his generation.
Bob, are you going to come out here and sing with the Ramblers in our 1-3 extravaganza we're having out here? Because once you guys get your equipment set up.
Yeah, depends on what you. Yeah, man, why not? I have sang before.
We played a gig that you were supposed to. If I'd have known that, we'd have had you up on the bandstand that night.
Oh, that one would have been good because it would have been people I knew.
Well, all your buddies.
Yeah, yeah.
Who were those people? They were great people.
They were former Discovery
Scripps people.
And Scripps and all that stuff.
And you know what I know? The culture you guys had at that place before all the stuff always breaks apart, especially when it gets corporate, big corporate. But the culture there must have been very good because that room was full of a lot of love that night.
Yeah, you know, and it's ironic you bring that up because last night they just had, I was there for it, a big reunion of all the former employees that the former CEO hosted down at the press room. And buddy, you know, life goes on and you would think, man, I don't know what the turnout's going to be. There were over 400 people there. And that's because.
And that shows you.
Right.
We all love each other.
That's right. That's right.
Versus, Dubsy, some of the past radio stations you and I have been at, if you had a reunion, how many? Okay, so tell me what you guys have coming up today at 3, and we'll get out of here.
Well, we got 3 to 6, the drive. We'll be down here at Calhoun's. Would love to see people, as you know, if they're at work right now, couldn't make it down. Come on down, sit on the porch with us, have a little dinner, and get ready for UAB. We'll be breaking the game down. We've got Rogers' keys to victory. Shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, to take down the Blazers tomorrow. And we'll be talking some high school ball, maybe a few gambling picks. Standard Football Friday fare.
Hey, man. Love it. So they're going to be here live at Calhoun's on the River. Get on out for this game and the Oklahoma game. And, guys, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks
it's
for
fun stuff, isn't it?
Thanks for getting us in here with you, man. We're looking forward to being here.
This fun stuff.
It's fun.
As I was explaining last night, you know, because I ran into a lot of people who I used to work with, who used to work for me, all this other stuff. They'd be like, "What?" Some of people, they were like, "What are you up to?" And I was like, "You're never going to get it, but I'll tell you why I love it." And I told them what I was doing, you know. And none of us are getting rich doing this, but we love doing what we do, right? And that's what you want to do at this point in your life.
The thing I love about doing what we get a chance to do, and it's a real honor, is I remind myself of two things. One, I could be really working for a living, which I'm not. And two, and I'm back to Russell again because, you know, I remember seeing Russell at when Roger Davis passed away, Russell comes to his funeral. You know, it's like you have these people come into your life, and if you're, I'm not going to judge anybody, okay? But I'm fine, thank you. If you're
all right, thanks.
If you're taking the time to look around, you say to yourself, how can I make my community better while I'm doing this? And this guy standing next to me has always done that. And, Bob, you've always been that way since I've known you. So, you know, that's my favorite thing about this, though, is the people, getting to meet people, getting to see people. Because, you know, the seasons are going to come and go. You're going to win some games. You're going to lose some games. This thing's about it's kind of bigger than all of us, you know?
Well, you know, great example of that just happened yesterday, too, for our show. We were on remote. And one of our listeners probably listens to your show, too, T-Carp.
Yep.
He said he was coming. He posted on X that he was going to stop by.
Yep.
He literally went out of his way to stop in, and he was there, what, Russ, like 30 seconds?
A minute or two, yeah.
Yeah, because they had other stuff was, you know, going on. But he made it a point, you know, and so, man, that says a lot, you know. I mean, it's like, and so I made sure, you know, he posted something on X, and I thanked him just saying, buddy, that's important just for people to come and say hello.
You matter to me to drive across town.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, no, man, that's what's really endearing about this, too. We're talking about stuff that we love, like all the fans do.
Right.
But then also, when you get that kind of interaction, it doesn't take a lot, right?
Yes.
Just, you know, for all the people that, you know, for just a handful of people that come back with some positive feedback saying, hey, I listen, I like what you guys do.
And
I mean, it's everything.
And I love our crazy-ass fan base, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're crazy. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
It is really.
Hopefully we can get them in and out of the stadium safely in one piece tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh, man. Well,
nice improvement.
I said today that because people here at Calhoun's wanted me to, well, they didn't want me to say it, but I said it. I better be careful the way I'm phrasing this. It came to my mind today when I came down here that Danny White has nothing to do with the traffic patterns in and out of here today, and a band's not going to march in front of you. So let's hope we can get it all cleaned up. But Dubsy and Bob Baskerville, thank you guys.
Thank you, man. Great to have you in the Fan Run family, Tony B. Holding down the.
Yes. Thank you, brother. As I always tell people, welcome to my dysfunctional radio family, because every family, you know, is a little. You got your crazy uncle over there. You got. It remains to be seen what part I'm going to play in that, Dubsy, but maybe I'm the messy cousin or something. Thank you, guys.
I mean, it's like a basketball team. You're the center in the midday. You know, things run through.
I'm a center, all right.
You're Bill Russell.
You're like Jokic.
You're
a distributor.
Yes.
I'm looking to look
a more modern example.
I'm going to look like Jokic if I keep eating. All right, boys. Thank you. We love you. Winners and losers presented by Dos Equis /VIP play on the way next. And make sure you check these guys out at 3. We love you. Go Vols. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I just feel like doing that since WWE sold out to Saudi Arabia and what's left of them. But this is Dos Equis, and it's presented by our friends at Say It, Know It, and Write It Down. Dos Equis, winners and losers. Did I say, hey, listen, I had a procedure today. Anything's liable to come out of my mouth. I think